Hey there, welcome to Daily Banjo Licks. My name is Bennett Sullivan. In this video, I'm going to show you how to learn licks by ear. I'm hoping that this video will help you more effectively learn these licks using just your ears. The tab is available on the website just if you need it. If you like using tab, that's totally cool. You can download it there. But I use tab just to kind of check my work if I'm learning something. I'll try to learn it by ear, do the best I can, and then use the tab to just kind of review it and make sure I have the notes in the right spot. Each time you learn a lick, you're not only adding a new piece of bluegrass vocabulary to your banjo playing, but you're also learning how to use your ears better. So each time it's going to get easier, and you're also improving your sense of timing. Let's dive into it. Step one is listening. The first thing you're going to do is listen to the song that the lick is in and also the lick played fast. And what this does is it helps you understand where the lick is going in the context of the song, which is really important. The goal here is not just to learn a lick, but it's also to actually be able to put this lick in several different songs that you're playing, ultimately doing it on the fly at a jam session or at a gig. In all of our videos, there's a little tongue symbol that comes up when the lick is being played. So just look out for that. That's going to give you a cue to where the lick is being played in the song. Step two is learning. After you've listened to the lick and the song a few times, gotten it in your ear, it's time to go to the slow version of the lick and start learning it note by note. And this can be the most tedious and challenging part for a lot of people if you've never learned by ear, but you just got to take it note by note. And so you can listen to the first note, look at the right hand if you want to, look at the left hand, try to figure out what's going on. Is it on the lower part of the neck or is it up the neck? All of these little things are going to help you kind of understand this better for next time when you're learning the next lick by ear. And yeah, it might take a little bit of time at first, but just stick with this process. I promise you, the most rewarding part of learning anything, especially a musical instrument, is doing it yourself and figuring it out by yourself. It's so rewarding to say, hey, I did this. I learned this lick. So stick with it. Take your time. It's okay if you don't get it the first day, the first week. It's all right. Just stick with it. And if you need to, you can go to the super slow version of the lick, or you can use the gear symbol, and the gear symbol will let you slow down the lick even more, so you can really hear each individual note. Okay, the third step is practice. So once you think you have all the notes down, it's okay if you maybe miss a note here or there, as long as you have the timing right and you're feeling good about the lick, then you can move on to the practice portion. And the practice portion is the most fun for me because I get to actually solidify some things, make sure the timing's right, actually get this up to speed a little bit more. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna play along with that slow version several times. Loop it as many times as you need to get it smooth and comfortable. And really the goal should be to play this lick 10 times in a row without messing up. That's how you know your fingers are starting to understand it, your mind is starting to hear it, and you're really starting to assimilate that information. So once you've played along with the slow version and you're feeling good about it, play along with the metronome and start to edge that tempo up little by little. So if you got comfortable at one tempo, maybe scoot it up a little bit, get comfortable at that tempo, scoot it up a little bit more. The goal here is to get it up to speed so you can actually move on to step 4, which is application. Let's talk about application. What's the point of learning these licks if you can't actually put them in the context of a bluegrass tune or whatever tune that you want to play? It doesn't have to be bluegrass. We have to know the lick so well so we can actually put it inside a song that we already know or a song that we're eventually going to learn. And so you want to have that lick practiced and ready to go before you get to this part of the process. I'd encourage you to check out the song recommendation section. That's going to tell you what songs this lick will work well in. And a lot of these licks work well in many other songs too. And it's up to you to kind of experiment and explore and try to figure out where this lick will work in the songs that you know. So say the lick you're working on works in Rollin' My Sweet Baby's Arms and you hear it, it's leading into the 4 chord of Rollin' My Sweet Baby's Arms, or the C chord if we're in the key of G. And so you can anticipate that and try to put it in there. You can just try this on the fly with the metronome on or with a backing track on, or you can really kind of pick it apart and do this more methodically. It's really up to you. Sometimes I like to just try and get it in there and see what happens, and sometimes it lands, sometimes it doesn't, and that's okay. That's just part of the process. Experiment with this, not in just one song, but in several different songs, and see if it fits. Just try it on the fly. If you've got the lick comfortably enough down, then it should be able to go in there, or maybe it doesn't fit in that spot and you have to modify it a little bit. And that brings us to our fifth step, which is kind of a bonus step. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but this is creativity. So all these licks, they're great to learn, and especially if you're learning by ear, you're preparing yourself to be able to modify them to go into different songs that aren't necessarily in the recommended songs lists on the website. And so you can take a little piece of the lick. Maybe it's the first measure, maybe it's the first two notes. It's up to you to really kind of get creative with this process and pick apart parts of the lick that you can use for different songs. It's a really fun process, and I think it can inspire a lot of creativity in not only making your own licks, but also kind of coming up with tunes. All right, so that's the 5-step process. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments section below. Thank you for being a member of Daily Banjo Licks, and I'll see you on the site.